It raised a lot of questions for Winnipeggers.
The Winnipeg trucker convoy protest around the Manitoba legislature is no longer the busy and loud traffic snarl that it's been for the last few weeks, as now at Memorial Park, only a small group of people and vehicles remain. However, some in the city say the demonstration has set a troubling precedent for Winnipeg moving forward.
We want to see Winnipeggers have trust and confidence in the Winnipeg Police Service. And I think there's some work that needs to be done in order to ensure that the Winnipeg Police Service is, in the eyes of Winnipeggers, meeting the needs and values of our community.
Winnipeg Mayor Brian Bowman says the protest became an unlawful occupation and an affront to many, but was content with how law enforcement handled the situation.
I was pleased to hear from the protesters that were occupying our streets, as well as the police service, mutual respect for each other. I think what Winnipeggers are looking for is to feel that same level of respect from our police service, especially those that have been affected in and around the area of the Manitoba legislature for for nearly 3 weeks.
City News reached out to the Winnipeg Police Service for a response to the mayor's remarks, but comment was not received by deadline. On Wednesday, Constable Rob Carver said the operation was a success.
We're going to use this as an opportunity to educate both the public as well as community leaders as to what sort of what they can expect from the Winnipeg Police Service in terms of protests. It would be foolish to say that we think that this is a one-off.
Carver says he feels the police achieved a balance between respecting the protesters' rights and minimizing its effect on the community. The service stresses the situation is both ongoing and dynamic, and while it knows there have been concerns, it stands behind its response.
Really, we've had officers on scene since day one. But from a policing standpoint, we really haven't had any complaints from people in the area. There's been allegations that people have been accosted. We have not seen that. We have officers on scene 24/7, and that's not what we saw.
Carver says the demonstration in Winnipeg has been one of the least disruptive in Canada. This past weekend, protest officials maintained they were there opposing COVID-19 mandates and fighting for the freedom of all Canadians, calling for a meeting with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to hear their concerns. A representative from the group was not made available for an interview Thursday.
President set a dangerous precedent, especially when the police are involved in facilitating these kind of acts.
Pickup. Omar Kinerath with Defend Winnipeg, a counter-demonstration in the city, says there needs to be more municipal oversight when it comes to how police handle protests like this moving forward.
We've never seen this before, ever in the city. I think the city needs to really look at how they treat protests from now on, and maybe form a committee or a different agency that they look to facilitate these other than the police.
In Winnipeg, Modjeski, City News.